You've been told your whole life that the key to financial freedom is a bigger paycheck. But what if that's a lie? What if the real reason you feel stuck isn't because you don't earn enough, but because you're running on a broken financial system? Think about it. You get a raise, and for a glorious month, you feel like you can finally breathe. But then, like magic, your expenses expand to swallow every last dollar. The car suddenly needs new tires, the rent goes up, you start buying the fancy name-brand groceries. And just like that, you're right back where you started, living paycheck to paycheck with that same familiar knot of anxiety in your stomach. This is the financial anxiety loop, and it's a trap most of us never escape. Today, I'm going to show you how to break that cycle for good. We're not talking about budgeting harder or getting a third side hustle. We're talking about building a personal money operating system. A system that automates building wealth and gives you peace of mind, no matter what number is on your paycheck. The big myth: why earning more and budgeting harder fails. The most common financial advice is painfully simple. Just earn more money or create a stricter budget. The implication is, if you're still struggling, you're just not trying hard enough. But this advice completely ignores a fundamental truth about human psychology. We are not robots. Our brains are literally wired with biases that sabotage our best intentions. Have you ever avoided checking your bank account because you were just too scared to look? That's not a character flaw. It's a very real psychological response. In fact, prolonged financial stress has been linked to an increased risk of serious health issues like heart attacks and depression. Your brain is trying to protect you from that stress by simply avoiding the trigger. And that's the problem with traditional budgeting. It relies 100% on willpower. It asks you to manually track every single coffee and say no 100 times a day. This creates decision fatigue, a state where your brain just gets tired of making choices, which ironically makes you more likely to make an impulsive bad decision later. Budgeting becomes a source of stress and mental clutter, like having way too many tabs open in your brain. So what about the earn more strategy? That's usually just a recipe for lifestyle inflation. We see this all the time with new high earners in a pattern sometimes called the resident trap. A young doctor finishes residency, their income quadruples overnight, but they're still drowning in student debt. Instead of attacking that debt, they immediately adopt the lifestyle of a veteran physician, the big house, the luxury car. Their expenses just rise to meet their new income, and they feel just as broke as they did before, only now the stakes are higher. They upgraded their income but never upgraded their system. It proves that a bigger shovel doesn't help if your bucket is full of holes. The real problem: your brain's broken financial software. The real issue isn't your income or your discipline. It's the flawed default software your brain is using to manage money. This software is riddled with psychological bugs that are keeping you stuck. One of the biggest bugs is the scarcity mindset. This is when you're so focused on what you don't have that you can't see the opportunities right in front of you. You think, I can't afford to invest, or I'll never get out of debt, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You might avoid learning about personal finance because you believe, I'll never be good with money, which of course just guarantees you won't be. Then there's the fear of failure, which leads to total financial paralysis. The thought of losing money is so terrifying that you end up doing nothing at all. Think about all the people who got spooked by the 2008 financial crisis. Many kept their money in low-yield savings accounts for years, missing out on one of the biggest market recoveries in history because the fear of loss was stronger than the potential for gain. We also suffer from emotional decision-making. When the markets are soaring, greed and FOMO kick in, pushing us to buy at the absolute peak. When they crash, fear takes over, and we panic sell at the bottom. We make purchases based on stress, or the desire to keep up with our neighbors, not on financial logic. These psychological traps are the real source of the leaky bucket. They are the hidden barriers that make building wealth feel impossible, no matter how much you earn. The only way to fix this is to stop fighting against your brain and build a system that works with it. The solution: building your personal money operating system. A personal financial operating system, or PFOS, is basically a framework of habits, tools, and routines designed to put your wealth building on autopilot. This isn't a rigid, restrictive budget. It's an adaptive system that lines up with your goals and automates good financial behavior, acting as a perfect counter to your brain's worst impulses. Let's build it together, one layer at a time. Step 1. The automation layer. The foundation of financial peace. The first and most powerful step is to take yourself out of the equation as much as possible. Automation is the perfect antidote to decision fatigue and emotional spending. When your money moves automatically, you save without thinking, and you stop worrying about missing payments. Here's the blueprint. First, automate all of your essential bills. Log into your online banking and set up auto pay for your rent or mortgage, utilities, car payment, and insurance. The goal is to kill the stress of remembering due dates and the risk of late fees. Ideally, schedule these payments for a day or two right after you get paid. Second, and this is the absolute game changer, automate the pay yourself first rule. Most of us try to save whatever is left over after a month of spending, which is usually nothing. Your new operating system flips that script. You're going to set up an automatic recurring transfer from your checking account to your savings and investment accounts, timed for the exact day you get paid. When the money is gone before you even see it, you remove the temptation to spend it. How much? It doesn't have to be a huge amount. Even $50 or $100 per paycheck builds incredible momentum. Consistency is so much more important than the amount you start with. The beauty of this layer is its simplicity. By automating just your bills and your savings, you've already handled the most important parts of your financial life without lifting a finger each month. You've built a system that makes sure your priorities are met before impulse ever gets a chance. Step 2. The behavioral layer. Hacking your brain for wealth. With your automation foundation in place, we now need to install the software that works with your human biases. This layer is all about creating structures that guide you toward making better decisions without even trying. First up, design your accounts with purpose. Instead of having one giant checking account and one savings account, create multiple dedicated savings accounts for your specific goals. You can do this at pretty much any online bank, often for free. Then, name them. Emergency fund, new car, dream vacation. This is a powerful psychological trick called mental accounting. It is much harder to raid your emergency fund for a new TV when its name is staring you in the face. This simple act creates a barrier that protects your goals from you. Second, you need to counter your brain's tendency to get overwhelmed. We often fail at big goals, like save $10,000, because of something called decision paralysis. The goal feels so massive that we don't know where to start. So we do nothing. The fix is to break it down into ridiculously small micro steps. Instead of a goal to save for a house down payment, your new goal is to automatically transfer $250 a month to the down payment account. This tiny, achievable goal gives you a clear action, and more importantly, a feeling of progress, which is a powerful motivator. This layer is about admitting your mind has predictable flaws and then building a system with guardrails to keep you on the road. Step 3. The integration and AMP. Review layer, your financial command center. The final layer of your operating system is what ties everything together and makes sure it adapts as your life changes. This is all about using smart tools and setting up a simple review ritual. While automation handles the day-to-day, you still need a high-level view of what's going on. This is where financial aggregator apps come in handy. Tools like Monarch Money or others built into banking apps can link all of your accounts in one place: checking, savings, credit cards, loans, investments, everything. This gives you a real-time dashboard of your entire financial life. For the first time, you can see your net worth, track your spending automatically, and spot money leaks like forgotten subscriptions without having to log into 5 different websites. With AI becoming more common in these tools, some can even predict your spending, flag weird fees, and offer personalized tips to improve your cash flow. But a dashboard is useless if you never look at it. This brings us to the final, crucial habit: the weekly or monthly review. Set aside just 15 minutes, once a week or once a month, to look at your financial dashboard. And listen, this isn't a budgeting session where you beat yourself up for buying coffee. Think of it as a calm, strategic check-in. You just ask 3 simple questions. 1. Is my automation working like it's supposed to? 2. Am I making real progress toward my goals? 3. Does any part of this system need to be adjusted for my life right now? This little ritual turns managing your money from a stressful, reactive chore into a proactive, empowering process. It ensures your system stays aligned with your values and grows with you. It's the difference between being a passenger on a chaotic financial journey and being the pilot with a clear flight plan. The first, smallest step. I know this might sound like a lot, but you don't have to build the entire system overnight. The path to financial control starts with a single small action. So here is your first step. Before you click away from this video, I want you to log into your primary bank account. Go to the transfer section and set up a recurring automatic transfer of just $25 from your checking account to your savings account, scheduled for every single payday. That's it. It will take you less than 5 minutes. This one small action is the first gear in your new money operating system. It's a vote for your future self. It's the beginning of you taking back control. Conclusion. For years, you've been stuck in that cycle of earning more only to spend more, feeling like you're running on a treadmill and getting nowhere. That anxiety you feel? It isn't a sign that you're bad with money. It's a symptom of a broken system. But now you have the blueprint to build a new one. By creating a personal money operating system, by automating your finances, designing for your behavior, and creating a simple review process, you can put your wealth building on autopilot. You can finally get that sense of control and peace of mind you've been searching for. This is how you escape the trap and start building a life where your money finally works for you, not the other way around. If this idea of a money operating system clicked for you, let me know in the comments below. What is the one thing you are going to automate, starting today? And if you want more strategies on how to build systems that create real financial freedom, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming up next. I'll see you in the next one.